He's one of the guys that helped put Davido on. South Africa helped put all of these guys on. These guys didn't have anything before the Channel O Awards.
Burna Boy is our product.
All of them are our products. All of them are our products. And what do? They get famous in Europe. They get famous in countries where they think that we cannot touch them. And then what do? They denigrate us. They shit on our names.
Yeah.
That's what they do. So we need to boycott these motherfuckers.
And talk of making Whiskey, talk of making David and making all these guys. I mean, the mere fact that they came to a country to do promotion doesn't mean you made them. There are 1,001 artists in South Africa whose music has not even crossed Johannesburg to Cape Town. Talk less of reaching the entire Africa. If this is something they want to move by boycotting African, by calling Africans names, I think it's just the right time for us to cancel them out.
Would make somebody sit on a podcast and try to bring this to our houses at work.
Let me say this in Ghana so that you will get it. Toto Sani, Charlie.
You don't know these streets like we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Street is Watching. I go by the name Zonana Kweku Bless, and this is for the culture. We are going to engage Bulldog and George Breton because Nota, who is an artist manager, an event organizer, and a promoter in South Africa, has made lots and lots of claims. But let's watch this. When we come back, my great panelists will join me.
Anything without South Africa. Ungrateful bastards. So what we need to do? We need to boycott these countries. Why are South African artists performing in Zimbabwe in the first place? Why? Why are we performing in a country that can't even take care of its own people? We're being used by the government that's abusing its people. You know? We're whitewashing all the atrocities that they're making and saying, hey, even South African artists are willing to come here. We should boycott them. Just like they boycotted us during apartheid. And said they're not going to get involved in Zimbabwe. We should be boycotting all these Zimbabwean festivals, boycotting all these foreign promoters that are using South African arts, and the fact that we've got an industry that stands on its own 2 feet. You know, you can actually go into a store, you can go into a shopping center and buy a CD. You can't do that in Nigeria. You can't even sell tickets to a show in Nigeria. Asake's biggest show on the African continent was in South Africa. Right? You saw that show?
No.
You didn't see it at the Gold Rush Arena or whatever it's called, the FNB Stadium?
No, I don't remember.
It was a sold out show.
Yeah.
Packed out. You can't do that in Nigeria.
You can't?
You cannot, because who's going to buy tickets? They're busy in the rice line. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're busy chasing trucks with rice.
They don't do shows in Nigeria?
Who can buy tickets in Nigeria? They've got an indigent population bigger than our population. He's one of the guys that helped put Davido on. South Africa helped put all of these guys on. These guys didn't have anything before the Channel O Awards.
Burna Boy is our product.
All of them are our products. All of them are our products. And what do? They get famous in Europe. They get famous in countries where they think that we cannot touch them. And then what do? They denigrate us. They shit on our names.
Yeah.
That's what they do. So we need to boycott these motherfuckers.
Welcome back. Let me bring my big man into the conversation. JB, hope everything cool, my brother.
I'm doing good, Zio. You're looking gangster. One time.
Big man, Boo.
Yes, sir.
Boo, I say your glasses there. From here, no, I come your house, can't take the glasses.
I beg, no problem. No problem. It's yours.
Hope you are doing well, boss.
It's yours. I'm blessed forever.
Okay. Now, this is what Nota said. And I believe you've seen the videos and all that. Let me start with George. George, your first reaction upon seeing the video, what was running through your head?
These guys are now going too far. And honestly, when they started pushing people away from South Africa, the first thing that came to my mind was, can we also kind of rise against Amapiano?
Music.
But then I thought that, listen, I mean, you might have a handful of South Africans messing up, not necessarily the entire country. So let's keep enjoying the music. Let's keep enjoying the relationship we have. But it looks like these guys are taking the pee, you know? I was highly disappointed when I heard this guy speak by saying without South Africa, most of this music across the continent of Africa wouldn't be heard. But the question is, even in South Africa, if I ask you to mention 10 musicians, 10 artists, I think you will struggle to mention the artists. The music, you might know the music.
Yeah.
But would you know the artists? So then themselves, they've got a big issue to fight with. And talk of making Whiskey, talk of making David and making all these guys. I mean, the mere fact that they came to a country to do promotion doesn't mean you made them. There are 1,001 artists in South Africa whose music has not even crossed Johannesburg to be Cape Town. Talk less of reaching the entire Africa. So if you have the capabilities of empowering an artist to make him a global artist, you should have done to yours. I think these South African brothers are taking this whole thing to a different level that if we don't stop them now, it's going to get worse. It started from business, it started from sacking people from the country, and now they are attacking people. I mean, listen, I saw these things he said about the artists. It really went in very dirty on Nigerians.
Yeah.
You know, and I think just like Muhammad did to their president, we should all stand up against these people. The earlier, the better.
George, you made mention that it would really go against them. How is it going to go against them, especially with what they are exhibiting? Is it that the consumption of the South African type of music, being it house music or amapiano, would not be so much interesting for the continent of Africa? Or people in Africa are not really going to consume their music and it's going to affect them? Or what do you mean by that?
No, listen, I say music, business, politics is something that is consumed by everyone globally.
Yeah.
A clear example, let me go back to history. What broke Ghana down in the 70s during the Champions era was when the Champions sacked foreigners from Ghana.
Yeah.
It really destroyed Ghana. So anyone who knows that bit of history is scared for what is about to happen in South Africa. Now, take that aside. Let's come back to our music. How did South African music become popular? It is because of the collaborations of some of these things that we had.
Yeah.
South African music has been like this for a very long time. I mean, I'm glad Bulldog is here. Mujibaya was a sample from South African music.
Yeah.
But until that was done, did people even know that songs like this were there?
No.
You get me? You always need a mix of everyone. South African artists need to listen. Revolve. Nasisi was in our studio somewhere last year to do an interview, clearly promoting his new album. So we all need each other to get our content or our product across. Now, if you think you did for Nigerians, why not do it for people? Yes, amapiano might be a big genre of music, right? But aside the genre, how powerful and how strong are the artists? I know a lot of amapiano songs, but honestly, I don't know the artist behind it. And this is me, somebody invested so heavily in the entertainment industry.
In the industry, yeah.
So it is something that we all need. The South African artists come to Ghana to perform. Your double HPs and codes back then were coming to Ghana to perform. Does that mean that Ghana made them?
Nope.
So I think these guys are just going overboard. And if we don't stop them now, it might take, it's really going to disturb.
Okay, I'll come to you.
Are we supposed to bring appetite back? That's another
No.
That's another conversation.
I disagree. But I'll come to you on how we can stop them. Boo. This is what our South African brothers are thinking, or this is coming from a South African artist manager, events promoter. You are in the same space with this individual. Probably you have more experience than him. Having somebody like this speak like this about the African entertainment industry and all that, how does that make you feel?
Thanks for the opportunity. It's sad. It's sad if you're listening to. I mean, I saw the video and I was watching it with disgust. And I can only say, or I can only feel the emptiness in the person who's speaking, right? This is somebody who's empty, somebody who's pained, somebody who has their own issues. This thing that is happening is more psychological. It's more about them than about the people that they are driving out of their country.
Okay.
I don't know what can be done, but it's a sad situation, and I hope it will be kept. Unfortunately, they have taken it into spaces where, there are some lines that you cannot cross when it comes to entertainment.
Yeah.
And when I say entertainment, I want to broaden it from music to film to football. Yeah. These are places that you cannot send hate to, because these are things that bring everybody else together, right?
Yeah.
If someone sits on their national platform and is called stuff like, you should realize how serious this is getting and this is going. Their leaders, I think that's where leadership comes into play. Their leaders should be able to sanction some of these people, stop some of these conversations, and nip it in the butt. They are one of the videos that I've seen from I don't know if it's the EFCC guy who was sentenced, I think, 5 years for.
Let me come to George. One of the claims Nota made was, in the era of Channel O, the era of MTV, and all of that, Africans trooped into South Africa, one, to promote their music, two, to get that wide audience, especially when it comes to the awards. And all of these music channels was heavily based in South Africa. Would you deny that fact?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't deny that fact. Of course, the MTVs back then, the channels back then were all situated in South Africa. Of course, MTV moved to Nigeria. But you see, the mere fact that a foreign product sits in your country doesn't make it your own. I don't know about the backstory of Channel O, but it was a media platform that equally grew in the African space because of the African talent, other African talent who had access to be on the platform.
Yeah.
So I will probably watch Channel O because aside everything, I get to see my Ghanaian brothers on the platform.
Yeah.
Channel O had to come. I remember somewhere around 2008, 9, 10 thereabouts. We organized, there was an event called the Channel O Sprites rap event where there was a rap competition. Shout out to the likes of J-Town and,
Yeah.
my man at, what's it called? You get me?
Yeah.
In as much as the brand was a South African brand, it equally rode on other African countries or African talent to make itself a big and relevant platform. You understand? Yeah. There were other platforms in Ghana and in Nigeria that equally house South African artists. I was at Trade Fair when AK came to do a show in Ghana. The show was, we had about only 40 people turn up in the show. Aside that, AK and all the South African artists have been in Ghana and enjoyed the Ghanaian support.
Yeah. Being
the Ghana Music Awards performers, being all these platforms that we have equally given them. So are we also to say that we built them because we give them these platforms? Now, what most of these guys don't know is that I just don't need one platform to market myself as a musician.
Yeah.
Yes, Channel O came, it was fun. Channel O has not been in existence for a long time now. Yeah. Doesn't mean that there hasn't been other African artists who are blowing up in Ghana, Nigeria, and East Africa.
There has been many.
Like Bulldog said, I think it's more of a psychological problem for the South Africans. It has gone way deeper than we think it is. And unfortunately for them, the leadership in South Africa really, really, really they suck. Because you can clearly tell that nobody's controlling anybody. Everybody gets up and do anything they want to do. You understand? Yes. Let me go back to the MTV and the Channel O. They didn't play their part. But MTV was in Accra, doing all sort of events. Road to Mamas, road to this, road to that. You get me? Mind you, MTV is an American product. The fact that it's seated in your country doesn't mean you are the guy that runs stuff. Outside the world, they see Africa as one. So when they bring an establishment to your country, and yes, South Africa is a beautiful place. We've all been there before. My favorite city in the world is Cape Town, right?
Yeah.
But, bro, ask yourself, what is the contribution of these Black South Africans in the country? There's so many things that we can say about these people. I don't want to join the bandwagon of people calling them lazy. But how many successful Black South African artists have come out of South Africa?
A few.
You get me? We need each other to help grow this thing. If they want to bring this, I'm sure the world is going to also prepare and fix them equally, because the rate at which these guys are moving is getting out of hand, and we need to find a way to stop them now or before it gets late.
Okay. Let me come to Boo. Boo, you are making your submission. Would you like to finish, or I can come in with a question?
Oh, come in with a question. Come.
Okay. On the continent of Africa, when it comes to music, we have two major pillars. That is South Africa and Nigeria. These are the pillars when it comes to the making of music, marketing and all that, facility-wise and every angle, marketing and all that. What would make two powerhouses come at war? What would make somebody sit on a podcast and try to bring these two powerhouses at war?
Let me say this in Ghana so that you will get it. Toto Sani, Charlie.
Boo, how? There's no girl anywhere.
Oh, it be pussy matter. Listen, you see, look, let me tell you something here. I've always believed that racism, racism is branding gone wrong, or a protective mechanism. Now, let me try and explain it. If the white man knew that carrying the black man from here, enslaving the black man from Africa into their space will cause them harm, they would have never done it.
Yeah.
And when I say cause them harm, when the black man was sent into the Americas or the Europes or wherever you want to call them, and they were working on the farms of the white man, the white women now were admiring the physique of the black man, and started sleeping with the black man. Now, the white man got jealous and now start punishing the black man for nothing. Now, bro, go back and watch some of these videos that are happening. Or some of the utterances that these boys, they are saying that, and that's why they've categorized Nigeria. I mean, they could have said yes, they are doing this with everybody, but they've categorized Nigeria as their main place of concentration. Exactly. There are complaints that the Nigerian guys are sleeping with their women and taking their women away.
And there are also complaints of them taking their jobs.
Exactly. I mean, but before you go and take, you see, with jobs, you have to be competent enough to apply for a job. You have to, and when we say competent, it's not necessarily about education or anything, but you are ready to work and committed to work. So in the Nigerian, I mean, we have issues like that in this our own country, where people believe that other foreign nationals work harder than Ghanaian nationals. Right? If you come into the real estate industry, people will tell you that the people that are from maybe Togo and all these other French countries, their artisans are much more dedicated to doing, so we have these issues are across the world. If you go to the United States, the very people that do a lot of I'll say hospice jobs where they take care of the elderly and all that are people that are from outside the US. The African American there will not touch a job like that. So these things cut across. So don't let us even start talking about taking jobs. They are lying. It is about sex and the fact that the Nigerian men are spending lavishly on their women. And then look, because what kind of hate speech or what kind of hate would you build for you to even put out such hate speech? For what? Just rightly said, you asked the question, why would two giants?
Yeah.
Now, when the guy was speaking, I realized the ignorant place he's speaking from. Because all the systems he's talking about wasn't built by the black man there. It was built by the white people.
Yeah.
The white people did not have a choice. And that's how come they built the place so they can live in the place.
So they even built it for themselves. I don't know why
they are taking credit. Good. Exactly. Why they are taking credit for that. The black man is taking credit for that. And if they have anything against anybody, they should be fighting the white man there, but they cannot. Because everything, look, like George said, I've spent some time in South Africa. Cape Town, exactly where he mentioned, is my favorite place in the world. Beautiful place. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, when you get there and you see the place, you see that, yes, the white man's presence is here.
Yeah.
You understand? They've developed the place that they can accommodate themselves. Now they call themselves Afrikaans or something. They're the white people.
Yeah.
Because they have nowhere else to go. They are entrenched in the culture since that time.
Yeah.
So if a black South African comes to sit down today and lay claim on things that a white South African has built, you should tell where his thinking is.
Yes.
Left alone to the black man in South Africa, they will be worse off than any African country that you know. All the systems there were built by the white man.
Okay.
So
let me go to
it's
George.
more of a woman matter than that thing, bro.
You are still sticking with the woman matter. So.
Girls, no. Because when the Wizkids and the Burna Boys and the Davidos, they chop their women. They chop them.
No, but
they give money to.
I'll come to you on that question. Why they were mentioning only Nigerians? Why didn't any Ghanaian artists feature in it? Especially when the person was talking, when he was talking about doing well outside. I'll come to you on that question, but let me go to George on this. George, you made mention that we need to solve it. My own is, how do we come to a solution when it comes to issues like this? Because it looks like it's South Africa against the rest of the African countries. It's not just Nigeria. He made mention of Zimbabwe. And if you go into the matter very well, it will trickle down to every African country in Africa. How do we solve this?
Mainly Sub-Sahara. These guys are not even concerned about people up north. How we can solve this is basically, it's still got to do with leadership within their country. Now, if you go to South Africa, you can tell these guys are really broken. Apartheid, or even before things that happened before apartheid, has really destroyed, I can say, the souls of most of these guys in South Africa. Listen, South Africa is the most unsafe, one of the most unsafe countries in the world. The rate at which people steal cars, steal stuff. If you're in Johannesburg, especially, when you're going to the club as a foreigner, you'll be advised to put your chain, your watches, everything, hide them before you go to the club and you put them on. Yeah. So clearly, it is not a sane place and a safe place for you to live. Regardless, people go there and go hustle and do all sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But you see, the rate at which these guys are now coming after artists, like I said, they are looking for they're looking for some sort of happiness, people, or they think that wherever they've lost is with the Nigerians, is with the Ghanaians, is with the East Africans. But the fact is, if you live in the country, and like you said, African artists came, Nigerian artists came there, and they become powerful globally. Clearly, they came there, made use of their time, energy, and their space, and catapulted to the rest of the world. What is happening to you as a promoter? What is happening to you as a music guy, and who claims that they raise talent and these guys don't want to give them, the attention or whatever because they're getting from Europe now? The problem is that South Africa has got a serious leadership problem. You know all these doomsday. You know all these doomsday we've been talking about. The last time I was in South Africa, it was terrible. It was massive doomsday in South Africa. You get me? So the economy itself is struggling. I mean, they cried for the white man to give them power. The white man gave them power, and unfortunately for them, after that, they've not been able to manage their affairs, like what Macron said. So clearly, there's so much division. Let me give you an example. When you enter Cape Town from the airport, right, and you're going into the city, you see on the left side, I don't know the name of the area, you see on the left side, it's a ghetto filled with roofing sheets buildings. On the right side, which is actually proper real estate buildings, right? Now, what I was told was on the right side, the buildings were done for the native South Africans. Now, what did they do? They sold and rented those places to the foreigners, Nigerians, Ghanaians, and all these people, and moved into the ghetto to live in the roofing sheets. So there is a level of mindset the South Africans are holding that until they change settlement sites, they are going to be killing themselves, beating themselves, and destroying themselves by their actions.
Okay.
Listen, Ghanaians can live there, Africans can live there. But at the end of the day, are you willing to put in the work to build your country? Are you willing to put in your work to build your music, industry? They are equally crying just like everyone else is doing. Like Boo said, the white man set up the industry and the systems to help in the white man. So if a few black people are benefiting, fair enough.
Okay.
But you can't come out with your bitterness and come out at everyone and everything that is concerned in Africa. Who is South African without an African support?
Should
if you go to Cape Town,
same energy?
Well, I think it's gotten to that time where politically, business-wise, as well as entertainment, we need to give them so they can have a taste of their own medicine.
So we should boycott their music. We should boycott their art.
Clearly, I mean, listen, clearly, I think if this is what they are calling for, we should do the same. If you go to Afro Nation, like you said, there's a stage set for Amapiano.
Yeah.
When you go, the last time I went to Afro Nation, I was at the Amapiano stage after Davido's performance. We went there to have fun. We were with literally everybody at the backstage, and outside there, everybody was having fun. This is Africa. I want to be united and do stuff together. You get me? But if you guys should come out here with your bitter souls and your, like I keep saying, these guys are broken. South Africans are so broken that they can't even put themselves together and to think about beyond what they are blessed with. If you have a country that looks like an Europe, South Africa literally looks like London or Amsterdam. I've got photos that I can share with you. If you see these photos, you might think I'm in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
But the black South African cannot fathom the fact that he can't just see himself live above the minimum wage. Bro, when you're in Cape Town, people are actually queuing for food. You get me? So like when you go there and witness how these blacks are living, you can understand why they are doing what they are doing because they feel somebody's taking food from their table. No, you are not hustling enough. You're not putting enough work to get yourself there. I mean, how many times has what's his name, Narcissistic Job Sarkodie about rap?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Sarkodie is way successful than he is. You understand? Like I keep saying, South African music, Amapiano is big. But who are the artists behind Amapiano? Do you even know them? If it's not Davido and Co making it popular for us to get to know them, how many of these guys are doing it that we know that, oh, this is the artist behind the song? So if this is how they want to move, by boycotting African, by calling Africans names, I think it's just the right time for us to cancel them out. Let them live in their country and let them see how they can survive in the country.
Boo. Big man. Yes. Now you've established that it's because of the girls. That is why South Africans, they threw us away from the music ecosystem and everything. When Nota was mentioning names of successful African artists, all the names he mentioned were from Nigeria. Why didn't we have any Ghanaian feature in there?
Bro,
We not rich?
I mean, honestly, if we're not rich, on that level, and because the levels in it all be RNS, you understand, we are yet to get there. I have consistently said, into the past, consistently that Ghana can go somewhere. And let me dive a little bit here. Mm-hmm. When I started on Facebook, that the day are you was better than Messi. When I started saying on television, the day are you was a better player than Messi. Come see, they insult me. So we start believing Ghana until Ghana say no believe in themselves. It's okay if you don't believe in yourself. But let me state here again that we will get there. It's a gradual process.
Okay.
You understand? Unfortunately, it has taken us this long. But hey, if all I mean, a year ago or 2 years ago, I was saying that event intentionally the creatives and break through. And I said 70 years, of Ghana's independence, we should try and go to the O2 with the support of government. I said this 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Next year will be our 70th. Yeah. Next year 70th. And you see, without government support, Rapaholic is to the O2.
Yeah.
Now, that concert is our World Cup when it comes entertainment space.
Mm.
And I entreat everybody thinks, look, I should be there on that day. We all will be there. We have to whoever that we go there and support. Now, once we are able to fill that O2, that's it. The rest is history. Bro, it takes only one person to spearhead the fight and it breaks through. And I'm glad that that we were part of, we were humbled to be part of some 13 years ago, an event that is going to break the ceiling for all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like full circle. Life is like full circle. That something that we started little, now Bill, Ken, Sak, the rest of his team, Dr. Duncan and everybody, 13 years ago is getting that recognition. So I will not be the same or some type of way if we are not mentioned in that arena. Because truly we got in there, but we will. We have the Kuku Smoke. We have the likes of hear Kuku Smoke and I hear Black Sheriff. Yeah, I mean the familiars and the kiddies. Look, that is so bright, and the Sarkodiyes, the Stone Boys, and the Shattawas and Saminis have created that base for these young ones to step on to go to the next level. Disappointed in what you said.
Okay.
And there's a lesson here. You see. Mm-hmm. Okay, go on.
No. Let's. I think be done with your lesson, then I'll come in.
Okay. There's a lesson we need to learn in all the things that are happening, or in the happenings of what Africans are happening. what they are doing is saying we believe in ourselves and our own agenda.
Yeah.
Finally, they are doing it the wrong way.
Yeah.
So there's a lesson we all learn. So people on television, people on radio, this is the time to know that the earlier pushing our own, the better.
Yeah.
This is something that we've said long ago. These are conversations that we've had long ago. I mean, George, a few years back, started Ghana. These are things that we've said in our own way. I mean, Ghana, he started some agenda like that. These are stuff that we started spoken about years back.
Yeah.
So I think the lesson here, or the lesson we all need to pick from what is happening, that we need to support and believe in local talent.
Okay.
Push, and it cuts across all industries, not necessarily the creative space.
Yeah.
Yes, even in science, medicine, agriculture, everything, corporate, give us chance. That's all they are saying, but they are going about it in the wrong way.
The wrong way. Okay. Boo, with what they are doing, can we now choose to boycott anything music from South Africa? Being it events, booking their artists, listening or streaming their songs, anything that has to do with their entertainment. Can we now stand on what is going on to say we are towing this direction?
Yes. Again, those are some of the lessons we should pick from there. That's what I just said earlier. Look, I give a lot of props to Nigerians. See, Nigerians had to now support to the extent for us to learn to support our own. Another, they have that whole discussion. I'm telling you, look, it was Nigerians that made Ghana know how to support their own, because we were standing against Nigerian music and blah, blah, and now started following our people. You understand? So there's a here again to be less. This is the time to support. This is the time to do away with everything we have consumed as a people. But it will take a while. It will take a lot of sensitization, conscious, so that people that are readily, because, hey, man walk into, look, in 2006, when African Girls was very big. Okay, so we released African Girls in 6, and by 2008 it was huge all over.
Yeah.
So in 2008, if memory serves me right, area, and at the time, look, the Two Faces, they were called Plantation Boys at the time, and I've forgotten the artists around that they were doing was moving from station to station, and presenters to play Nigerian music. At the time, there was a lot of hip and R&B, and even Ghanaian music taking over their airwaves. They went there first to do that. They went to a television station, to nightclub. We were there at the time. Myself, Ashes, Tiny, Kwame, Beku at the time, and Ashes were on Tiny. That song was picking up at the time. So when they do promo at the time, so we were there in Tiny's company. It was huge in Nigeria. They make a conscious effort to drive away foreign music.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't live in those times again. But us, it behoves on all of us. I mean, occasionally when I'm into a space where I find myself enjoying some time and displaying music, I walk up to them and you slot Ghanaian music because
Ghanaian music.
these are Ghanaians in the place. You know, you need to sensitize these are people because truly, maybe somebody has a schedule. You know, all these clubs, piano night, there's dance all night, day night, and that night. They use this to sell their products. You can't just go in and, you know, but when we conscientize our people, we will get to that space. I think a clear example for us to learn from and the right way.
Okay, Rightful said, Boo. Once again, I would thank you so much for joining this editorial. I not say your glasses that I can't take, but I know say anytime we will call on you next time, you will respond so that we have this
Anytime.
conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, boss.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Of your program from the beginning. I'm always and big yourself and the whole team, yeah?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the opinions of George Britton and Boo God in respect to Nota's statement on his podcast. I don't know what you think about the whole thing. These are giants that have shared their thoughts on it. Come into the comment section. Let me know what you think. Keep it real because the streets is always watching.
You don't know these streets like we do.
We am show.